Ready.
I'm going to mentos in my mouth now.
Luke will think you've a lisp.
So there's a couple that we sort of go back over a little bit because we've already spoken about it, that's all right. Rightio, so Sim 1. The strobule, so you said that you thought the patient had an acute abdo as well, for Sim 1. What are some of the differential diagnoses that could be?
Like for the abdomen, not the hypoglycemic event. The likely ones that would be causing upper abdo pain and make him acutely unwell would be acute pancreatitis, like an infective cholecystitis, bowel obstruction, bowel rupture, septic bowel kind of issue. You also could have a urinary tract infection or a pyelonephritis, but that wouldn't really be the picture of a upper abdo pain. Just a bowel obstruction. Yeah, also what's the word? An ulcer, like a peptic ulcer ruptured, and now he's got an acute abdomen peritonitis.
Do we have any significant way of differentiating those?
No, especially not in an unconscious person.
Very good.
So surgical abdomen is an urgent case even without the other issue going on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. And obviously they can all link to that ischemic bowel stuff as well, but it's all similar pathways. What are two? And we just said it, but if you were to say, what are two potential life-threatening reasons for the patient's abdominal pain?
Ischemic bowel issue and acute pancreatitis.
Yeah.
Would be my top two.
As an acute, immediate life threat.
Ruptured bowel or.
That's good.
The other issue is that kind of pain could be a chest-radiated chest pain
what else?
in a diabetic. Other causes.
Yeah, there's one that you haven't said.
Of the abdo pain, specifically life-threatening cause of abdo pain, like an aortic aneurysm or a rupture.
Or dissection, yeah. Cool. Rightio. Discuss and contrast the presentation of DKA and HHS. What's DKA stand for?
Diabetic ketoacidosis.
And HHS?
Hyperglycemic hyperosmolarity syndrome.
Almost, yeah. Hyperosmolar hyperglycemic syndrome, depends on what you read.
Yeah.
Right, and go.
So, DKA is generally in insulin-dependent diabetic. The patient presents acidotic, so they have the features of acidosis, and the easiest one to spot in our field is the Cosmos respirations, where they're attempting to blow off the CO2 by having deep sighing respirations. Both cases, the patient would be dry. The patient would be dehydrated, but in the case of HSS, they'd be far more dehydrated. So it's a greater total fluid loss.
Yep.
That's not measurable from our point of view. Sorry, I'm not going in any structure. Can you just let me think for 1 second of what structure I want to answer this in? So I'll continue with HSS. So the fluid loss is huge in HSS, like often more than 8 litres or 10 litres. And
why is that? Why is there a difference?
Usually they have compensated for much longer. They've managed for much longer because they're not actually in ketosis. They have some insulin available, and then in DKA they have no insulin available. So it's usually slightly more rapid onset, but the overall fluid loss is less. DKA is usually insulin-dependent diabetic, I said that, and HSS usually non-insulin-dependent diabetic. In DK, you find ketones. It shows up as ketones on the monitor, and you may, in HSS, when the patient is this sick, but you probably wouldn't, or strictly speaking, you shouldn't. Other differences, the mortality from HSS is greater, because it's usually concurrent with serious illness like an acute abdo or sepsis, or one of that kind of pattern. So they have a kind of dual mortality. Whereas in DK, it's often caused by poor compliance with their medication, or a simpler illness like a gastro kind of illness that's reduced their oral intake. And their fluid load.
Right, why don't we get ketones in HHS?
You can get ketones, but not
strictly speaking.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Because the person has some insulin available.
Yes.
They're not a complete absence of insulin, so their cells are still metabolizing normally to some degree, and they're not producing ketones. They're not in completely in anaerobic respiration.
Okay. So why is this patient tachypneic or tachypnic, as they say?
He's tachypnic because he has cardiovascular collapse. So he has a oxygen deficiency on the one hand. He's also going to have metabolic acidosis, which will increase his respirate in an effort to manage his acidosis, blow off carbon dioxide. And with the cardiovascular collapse, it's not surprising that he's not generating a very adequate respiration effort. So he's attempting to breathe very quickly, but not terribly efficiently, because he's now hypoxic and extremely tachycardic. So he's in a kind of verge of collapse state.
Is there any? Is there any change in this patient's oxygen hemoglobin dissociation process?
There is. I'm not sure if I can give you the right answer. I feel it's shifted to the left, so the affinity for oxygen is less, because of the osmolality of his cells.
Right. So what was the patient tachypnic?
Because he has less oxygen, so it's partial pressure of oxygen.
No, but you have a better answer than that just before. Was the patient tachypnic? What's one of the major contributing features?
The cardiovascular collapse.
What happened after you?
Tachycardic.
Yeah, well, what happens? All of that. Can't breathe. I haven't got enough blood. What happens to my blood diet, my blood chemistry?
So it becomes hypoxic.
Yeah.
Pressure of oxygen is lower.
Become acidotic.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What happens when they become acidotic?
When
Specifically to hemoglobin dissociation.
As it becomes acidotic, the curve shifts to the left so that oxygen has less affinity.
So it's correct in that it has less affinity.
Yeah.
I think it shifts to the right. So as it moves away from that baseline on the left, it takes it away. Yeah. But it's less affinity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
According to the DCPM and in the references to HHS, there exists a triad of polys. What are they? And
triad of which?
Polys.
Poly.
What's the classic triad that we see in hypoglycemia?
Polyuria, polydipsia. So increased drinking, increased urination, increased thirst,
Drinking and thirst are the same
Yeah.
thing.
I know it's just not going to.
So why are they thirsty?
Because they're dehydrated.
Yep. Why are they peeing a lot?
Because their high blood sugar pushes or draws extra urine out in the kidneys.
So there's that osmotic shift.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, right. So what's the third one?
What's I just can't think of it.
Polyphagia? Hungry?
Oh yes, yeah.
Why are they hungry?
They're not. Their cells aren't getting adequate sugar supplies to the cell because there isn't adequate insulin to allow it to transfer in.
Yep.
So as a result, they feel like they're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Their blood sugar is climbing, but the cells aren't getting the required amount. So they feel hunger to increase their sugar intake.
Cool.
So they drink lemonade.
Lemonade? Specifically?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They all want lemonade. They've got like bottles of it around their bedrooms.
Lemonade. Simulation 2.
Thank you.
Why are we giving hydrocortisone to this patient?
Hydrocortisone will act in two ways for this patient. So it will decrease the inflammatory response at the cell level. So that'll aid with. So it takes somewhere up to 2 hours to take effect. So there's no point in giving it urgently or immediately, but you'd like to give it. So over time, it decreases the inflammatory response at the cell level. So that can prevent a secondary anaphylactic reaction, like a second peak in the anaphylaxis later on. And it also helps transport adrenaline into the cells onto the receptors. So it pushes adrenaline into the receptors. So it makes the adrenaline more effective during the process as well.
Is there a role for antihistamine treatment, specifically promethazine in this patient? One.
The inflammation response is across a whole range of mediators. Histamine is one of the very minor ones in the grand scheme of an anaphylactic reaction. The erythromycins, it's an antibiotic. The leukotrienes and in a second are like 1,000 times more inflamed than the histamine mediators at the time. The one that starts with E.
Erythrocytes.
Thanks. They're like 1,000 times more, so the affecting histamine is just too tiny a reaction.
Yep. So, what's the endpoint of fluid administration in this patient?
A radial pulse initially, and then the fluid load needs to be stopped or reduced to prevent them getting pulmonary edema.
So does that patient have a total body fluid list?
No, they don't. It's just extracellular, extravascular. So it's the capillaries have become permeable and it's moved out of the capillaries. So
What else
if
is it?
Where else?
What actual type of shock is it?
It's a distributive shock. So the
So
volume is adequate. So you don't want to overload them.
Yeah.
So that when their volume returns to the capillaries, that they would get pulmonary edema.
What was the most common cause of anaphylactic reaction in a paediatric patient?
food allergies, peanuts are the traditional one, but they're
What's the
being
most common?
overtaken now by dairy and
It actually just says food here.
yeah.
84% of cases. I won't say it because I'm not 100%. Well, I will say it, but I'm not 100% convinced I'm right. Eggs.
Dairy and eggs, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think eggs is most common. Like food, and then antibiotics.
Yeah.
What is the most common presenting clinical feature of children with anaphylaxis?
The most obvious, was that the question?
Common.
The commonest. Urticaria
Mm-hmm.
and angioedema.
Yep. Yep. And then so what it says here, this is obviously come out of one of your readings somewhere. So angioedema, urticaria, flushing, and then upper airway involvement, stridor, itchy, lower airway bronchospasm, GI disturbance, and cardiovascular. Excuse me. Hypotension and arrhythmias.
For my understanding is that for anaphylaxis it needs to be more than angioedema.
Yeah, that's right. Do we differentiate between severe allergic reaction and anaphylaxis?
Not in Europe.
No. Sweet. Happy days.
Stop the video.
Yeah. We'll be back in a second.